What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Zack Snyder had a brand new movie hit Netflix last week, Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver. In honor of that, today we have a tier ranking of all 11 Zack Snyder movies. Before we get into this tier, let me know your ranking of every Zack Snyder movie. Do you love them or do you hate them? I'm a big Zack Snyder fan, so this is going to be a very much more positive ranking. Let me know your ranking down below. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Let's hop in these tiers. Alright, starting off with our tiers, we have GOAT. One movie. Only one will go in this tier. Then we have great, then we have good, then we have meh, then we have bad. These movies are in no particular order. Let's start off with Watchmen. What I'm gonna put in the good tier. Only reason for is I have not seen Watchmen in many years. Probably +5. It's one of those movies I need to go back and rewatch. So this is probably my hottest take of the actual day. Nonetheless, this is the one movie Zack Snyder came out like 10 years too early. One that's been on my rewatch list for quite some time. Looking forward to going back and checking it out because I remember enjoying it. I just don't remember, I guess, all that much, so I need to go back and give it another watch. BVS, Batman vs. Superman. It's also going to go in that good tier. Batman vs. Superman, I always watch the Ultimate Edition, the director's cut. It's kind of what Zack Snyder does. He brings all these director cuts to the big screen, or at least back to Blu-rays. And with Batman vs. Superman, this is one of those movies I completely defend all the freaking time. And obviously, there's kind of a lot of backlash for this movie. Everyone said this is where the DC went wrong. They're trying to copy the MCU. And Zack Snyder himself basically said that, like, essentially DC wanted them to basically make their own Marvel, make their own MCU movies. With Batman vs. Superman, it took me a couple watches to get on board. I saw this one in theaters, didn't love it. Rewatched it, didn't love it. Watched the Ultimate Edition, loved it. Every time I rewatch the Ultimate Edition, I love it. And I think because my expectations are now lower when I go in with this movie, so every time I go and watch it, I'm like, is it dumb? Is it over the top? Is it cheesy? Yes. But bringing Batman in, tell me, do you bleed? You know what? We're changing it. BVS, let's go in the great tier, all right? Let's go in the great tier right here on the spot. Then we have Man of Steel. Could go GOAT, but I'm going to go great tier as well. Basically, BVS is a direct sequel to Man of Steel. Arguably the greatest score of all time. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm just going to throw it out there. Let it sit. See how you guys like it. Man of Steel is unbelievable. I love this origin story. I love the way they're telling the story. How he has like his Earth parents and he has like his alien parents. And when it's like basically like, remember who you are. Go out and be the man you're meant to be. And you're like, yeah, give it to me, man. And Henry Cavill was born to be Superman. I'm very nervous with James Gunn's Superman because I'm not sure a Superman movie will ever be as good as Man of Steel, in this guy's opinion. Dawn of the Dead. I watched this for the first time the other day in preparation for this ranking. Going in the great tier as well. Zack Snyder's first movie is a zombie movie that wastes no time in getting started. It is action-packed. It is pretty funny. And you have some characters in there. Some you hate, some you love. Then some you go from hating to loving by the end of the movie, which is bizarre. That does not happen all the time in film, people. Dawn of the Dead is one of those movies where I did not watch it literally until I think 3 days ago. And I really dug it. Like, I really did. I'm a zombie movie kind of guy. So if you have any zombie movie recommendations, let me know down below. That's me. I'm a zombie guy. And Dawn of the Dead might be my new favorite zombie movie. It's up there. It's in contention. Sucker Punch. Going meh. Remember when the trailers came out for this movie? How crazy it seemed. How awesome it seemed. It wasn't those things, and it's visually stunning. Like Zack Snyder is. He has his flair, but this is kind of where Zack Snyder, I feel, lost a lot of people. That he came out with Sucker Punch. Don't forget, it's a trash movie. It's one I'll never rewatch again. From what I remember, it wasn't great, but I remember the visuals were great, the soundtrack pretty cool, and the trailers. I just remember the trailers coming out all the time. I was like, I want to watch that. Shouldn't have, but hey, you know, it's fine. Zack Snyder, still love you, bro. And then we have the Owl movie, Owls of Ga'Hoole. This is a bad movie. And why I say this is a bad movie, because I love Zack Snyder. I love what he brings to the table. This is just not his movie. This is not who I know Zack Snyder to be. He made a kid's movie about owls. Then they have some crazy violence in there as well. So that part is Zack Snyder. He likes the violence. He likes doing all those things. But having this animation movie, that's not who Zack Snyder is. I don't understand why he's attached to this project. It's my least favorite Snyder movie. 300. Do I put this in the GOAT tier? Do I do it? No. But I'll put it in the great tier. I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm a Zack Snyder fan. 300 is like the ultimate dude movie. You get together with all your bros, you crack open a brewski, and you watch a bunch of Spartans in Speedos, jacked out of their minds, go and kill some Persians. It's badass. It's awesome. Every time I watch this movie, I was like, I just love Zack Snyder, because this is the exact reason why I do love Zack Snyder. This is Sparta! You're just gonna get jacked. You're gonna get jacked up. I wish I was a jacked Gerard Butler in this movie. I'm not, but I wish I was. I'm working on that. But anyways, 300 is the ultimate dude movie. It's epic, it's gory, it's grand in its story. 300 men go out in Speedos with spears and shields. And they rain havoc. They rain freaking havoc. And I really enjoyed the sequel. Zack Snyder wasn't a part of that, but I really enjoyed that sequel as well. 300, I love it. So gory. Rebel Moon Part 1, Child of Fire. I'm going to go good. So when I first watched this movie, I was like, 2.5, 3 out of 5. But the more I thought about it, the more I enjoyed it. And I haven't stopped thinking about it since I watched this damn movie. And it's because of the grand scope of the film. It's everything that I think Zack Snyder wanted it to look like. His style is on point. I'm not going to lie to you. There is one too many slow-mos. 1,000 too many slow-mos. It gets to the point where it's hard to watch. So it gets to the point where his style is a little too flamboyant throughout his film. It is a little too much in this movie. But I still enjoy it nonetheless. It is something we have seen before. It's Seven Samurai. It's Magnificent Seven. We've seen this story countless times. Nonetheless, it's still pretty epic. It's still pretty cool. Which leads us right into Rebel Moon Part 2. Which I'm going in good as well. Because I enjoyed this one as well. The Scargiver. And I thought this did a good job as a sequel. Now, I think this is just me defending Zack Snyder. By no means are this even on the level of Watchmen. But I do not think they're as bad as everyone makes them out to seem. Maybe in a couple years we'll rewatch them and I'll agree. But right now, I'm going positive on the Rebel Moons. I'd be down for a third part if we ever wanted to go there. Or a prequel. Or another sequel. I don't know. I'm just talking at this point. Army of the Dead. Dude, let's go good. Let's go good with Army of the Dead. A heist movie, which is very interesting. Then they have Army of Thieves, a spinoff about the guy who does all the locks. Very, also good sequel. But Army of the Dead, Dave Bautista, it's fun, it's action-packed. They're taking over Las Vegas. The zombie apocalypse is going again. Almost, in a way, a sequel to Dawn of the Dead, if you think about it. Not really, kind of put it out there as well. Let's see how it feels. But Army of the Dead is a fun movie. It's a funny movie. And a heist in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, I dig it. I think that's a great idea, and that automatically kind of signs me up. It gets lost in the sauce a little bit. It does kind of get a little crazy in there. Kind of have a couple twists and turns that I don't necessarily agree with. But Army of the Dead, I had fun with. I really, really did, and it's in the good tier as well. And finally, his 11th movie, the one that should have came out all those years ago, and DC itself would have been so much better off. The Snyder Cut in the GOAT tier. When this came out on HBO Max, I wish I got to see this in theaters. I wish this came out all those years ago. I wish Warner Brothers just said, Zach, I'm very sorry for the tragedy that happened to your family. Take some time. Whenever you're ready, come back. Because if we got this movie oh so many years ago, just think about it. This movie's epic thing and more you could have wanted. I mean, it is epic on all fronts. You have the coolest characters. Think about it. Marvel doesn't have that cool characters until they made cool movies. You have The Flash, one of the coolest superheroes ever. Superman. Everyone wanted to be Superman as a kid. Batman. I was Batman as a Halloween costume. Wonder Woman. What are we talking about here? They have the most iconic superheroes of all time, and they wasted it. Zack Snyder did not with the Snyder Cut. It's everything more you could have wanted. It's R, it's epic, it's dark, and that nightmare sequence at the end will send shivers down your spine, and believe me, I'll fucking kill you. You're like, get him, Batfleck. Everything and more I wanted Justice League to be. This is my Justice League. It's my favorite Zack Snyder movie. Zack Snyder is one of my favorite directors of all time, if you cannot tell. I think he only has 2 movies that are meh and bad. Other than that, I dig this guy a lot. Let me know your ranking of Zack Snyder's movies down below in the comment section. What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? What did you make of Rebel Moon Part 2? Let me know that down below. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next one.